Have you ever wondered why so many people seem to slow down and quietly disappear just before or after age 80? It's not always about genetics or big illnesses. Sometimes it's the little things, the quiet choices, the unnoticed habits, and the overlooked signals our body has been whispering for years. Today, as a doctor who's worked with aging patients for over 30 years, I want to show you 5 unexpected but very real reasons why most people struggle to live past 80 and what you can still do to turn the tide. Let's begin with the first one. Reason 1, emotional isolation. That's mistaken for peace. As we age, many of us begin to withdraw. We say things like, "I've had enough of drama. I just want peace and quiet. I don't want to be a burden." And while it's true that aging brings a deeper appreciation for stillness, sometimes that stillness hides a dangerous kind of silence, emotional isolation. It doesn't feel dramatic, it doesn't feel urgent, but it slowly chips away at the body and the will to live. What's really happening in the body and brain? Emotional isolation has been clinically linked to increased inflammation, which worsens arthritis, heart disease, and even cancer risk, cognitive decline, as the brain lacks stimulation and social exercise, suppressed immunity, leading to more infections and slower healing, and most subtly, a loss of motivation to care for oneself, to eat well, to move, to take medication properly. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that chronic loneliness carries the same mortality risk as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yes, loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a medical condition with physical consequences. What can you do today? Schedule connection like a prescription, once a week, then twice. Don't wait to be invited, reach out. You are not a burden, you are a blessing. Join a small circle, reading, walking, gardening. Shared purpose builds quiet joy, because peace isn't the absence of people, it's the presence of love, in small, steady doses, and when the heart feels seen, the body begins to thrive again. Reason 2, chronic undereating that looks like discipline. I don't eat much these days, just a little rice, some tea, I'm fine. So many older adults say this with pride, as if eating less means aging well. But what if I told you that this quiet self-discipline might be quietly shortening your life? What's really going on beneath the surface? As we age, 2 things happen that change how our bodies interact with food. Our appetite decreases, sometimes due to medications, dental problems, loneliness, or changes in taste. Our nutrient absorption weakens, meaning we get less from the same food. So while eating less might feel like you're staying slim or being careful, you may be unknowingly starving your body of essential fuel. Muscles shrink without protein, increasing the risk of falls, fractures, and frailty. Brain fog and fatigue increase due to lack of iron, B12, and healthy fats. Immune function declines, making it harder to fight even minor infections. What can you do today? Eat protein in every meal: eggs, fish, legumes, or yogurt. Add healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or olive oil. Hydrate mindfully. Water, soup, and herbal teas help digestion and circulation. Speak with your doctor about B12 and vitamin D. Deficiencies are very common in seniors. Aging doesn't mean shrinking. It means supporting your body with kindness. And sometimes kindness looks like finishing the whole bowl. Because food isn't just fuel, it's your body's quiet medicine and your dignity in every bite. Reason 3, lack of purpose. Not depression, but disconnection. When we talk about why older adults give up on life, we often assume they're depressed, but there's something more subtle, something quieter. It's not sadness, it's disconnection, a kind of emotional drift where the days blur, the phone stops ringing, and you find yourself asking, what's the point? This is not depression in the clinical sense, it's a lack of purpose. And it may be one of the most underestimated causes of decline after 75. Why purpose matters more than we think. Your heart doesn't just beat because of biology. It beats for meaning. Research from Harvard, Okinawa, and Milan consistently shows that older adults who feel useful, needed, or connected to cause, whether big or small, live longer, healthier lives. Purpose reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. It enhances neuroplasticity, keeping the brain active. It motivates better self-care, nutrition, hygiene, movement, and even joy. Without purpose, we may still function, but we stop thriving. How to bring purpose back into your days. Write down what you know, stories, lessons, recipes. Share them with someone younger. Teach a neighbour's child, start a garden, volunteer to read at the library. Ask yourself, what do I still love? Who could benefit from my experience? Even small acts, like folding laundry for a neighbour or mentoring a young person, bring back light to the soul. Because purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours. And it might be the very thing that gives your heart another reason to keep beating. Joyfully. Reason 4, too little movement, misunderstood as rest. I'm not lazy, I just don't want to fall. My knees hurt when I walk. I've earned the right to rest. These are things I've heard from hundreds of seniors, and I understand. After 70, the body does change. Stiffness, joint pain, fear of falling, they're all very real. But here's the quiet truth many don't realise. Too much rest is what's actually speeding up the decline. What happens when we stop moving? The body was made to move, gently, rhythmically, consistently. When we stop, we don't just lose strength, we lose everything. Movement protects. Muscles shrink, especially the thighs and calves, which are vital for balance and walking. Circulation slows, leading to cold limbs, poor healing and fatigue. Joint stiffness worsens because motion is what lubricates the joints. Blood sugar and blood pressure rise because metabolism slows without activity. In short, the less you move, the faster your body forgets how to live. Gentle ways to move without fear. Start with 5 minutes of walking after each meal, even inside your home. Do seated leg lifts or arm circles while watching TV. Join a beginner-friendly movement class. Tai Chi, water aerobics, or senior yoga. Use music. It turns movement into joy. Because rest is not the absence of movement. Rest is the reward after movement. Your joints, heart, and muscles are not asking for perfection. Just participation. And the moment you move again, even gently, your whole system will sigh in relief and say, thank you, I remember now. Reason 5, sleep disruption that goes unnoticed. It's just part of getting older. I've always been a light sleeper. I nap during the day, so it balances out. That's what most seniors tell me when I ask about their sleep. But here's what many don't know. The body doesn't just rest during sleep. It heals. It detoxifies, it balances hormones, repairs cells, and refreshes the brain. When sleep is disrupted, even subtly, everything starts to break down quietly. What happens when sleep quality declines? As we age, several changes affect sleep. Melatonin levels drop, making it harder to fall and stay asleep. Sleep becomes lighter with more frequent awakenings. Many older adults have undiagnosed sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome, and worry, pain, or medications can all interfere with sleep cycles. Poor sleep increases cognitive decline and memory issues, high blood pressure and heart risk, depression and irritability, balance problems and daytime drowsiness, a leading cause of falls. In other words, bad sleep leads to bad days and eventually bad health. How to sleep better, naturally and safely. Create a bedtime ritual. Dim lights, soft music, herbal tea, reading, same time every night. Limit caffeine and screens after 5 p.m. Keep the room cool, dark, and quiet. Your body needs a sleep-friendly environment. Talk to your doctor if you snore loudly, wake up choking, or feel tired even after 7 to 8 hours. Because sleep is not wasted time. It's your body's private repair shop. And when it works properly, everything else, your heart, brain, balance, and even your spirit starts working better too. So tonight, don't just fall asleep, fall into healing. So now you've seen it. The reasons most people don't make it far beyond 80 aren't always loud. They're not always found in a diagnosis. They're not always dramatic. They're quiet. A skipped conversation, a half-empty plate, a still chair, a restless night, a forgotten dream. And because these things happen slowly, we often dismiss them. We say, I'm just tired, or that's aging, or it's no big deal. But here's the truth, and I say this with love. Most lives don't end because of one big event. They fade because of small neglect, small disconnections, small silences, small avoidances that grow over time. But the beauty is, every one of these reasons can be changed, not all at once, not with pressure, but with gentle awareness, with self-compassion. And with the belief that your later years can still be rich, vibrant, and deeply meaningful. You are not too old to nourish your body. You are not too far gone to reconnect with purpose. You are not behind. You are still here. And that means there is still time to move, to eat well, to rest deeply, and to love more fully. So if this video touched something in you, if it helped you see one small habit or feeling in a new light, Share with us in the comments. Which of these 5 reasons felt most real to you? And what small step are you ready to take today? Not to live forever, but to live fully. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe to Golden Years Balance for weekly wisdom, health tips, and gentle guidance for aging with grace and strength. Because your story isn't over, it's evolving. And you, exactly as you are today, are still worthy of care, joy, and renewal. One breath, one choice, one beautiful step at a time.